The finals absolutely wowed me in terms of gameplay in the beta, but unfortunately within the gaming space, cheating has been a huge problem, especially in FPS titles, and the finals is not immune to that problem. So today we're going to talk about what this means for the finals and what Embark Studios can do to stop it. Let's get right into it. My name is LJ and welcome to FPS Guides. So let's talk about why cheating has been such a big problem and why it's so hard to solve for game developers. I'll use Call of Duty as an example. Call of Duty comes out every single year, and with the introduction to crossplay, the popularity for the game just absolutely skyrocketed. But with that popularity boost, we also got a lot of problems with cheaters. So why is it that every single time a new Call of Duty game comes out, the cheating problem is just insane, and it's always like this every single time a new one drops? I would say the main reason for Call of Duty, at least, is the fact that every single time a new game comes out, it's basically the same engine, just slightly modified and switched up a little bit, which makes it super easy for cheat developers to like release new cheats for the game. What I mean by this is when cheat developers make cheats for the new game coming out, let's just give an example like Modern Warfare 3, they don't really have to tweak that much going into it, so they basically can just drop all their cheats and then people can cheat from day one. And I can't even believe that I saw this. I saw it on Twitter that people are cheating on PS5 now. What? I don't know. I never thought that was possible, but apparently it is now. And it wasn't even just like wall hacks. It was full on wall hacks, aimbot, and just, it was crazy to see. And that was a little concerning, but let's get back to the finals. The finals is running on Unreal Engine 5, and while there are a lot of games on Unreal Engine 5, there's not a ton of huge FPS titles that are on it yet. So as they release new updates, I don't feel like cheat developers are going to be on top of it like they are with Call of Duty, but they still will exist within the finals. Like I said earlier, I've run into a few just in the beta, so I'm sure that they are hard at work making these cheats. But I don't really think it's going to be as big of a problem as it is in other games. I do think we'll see some, and then hopefully they'll get banned pretty quickly. So what can they do to fight this problem? Cheating is a very difficult problem to solve, and we've seen that because it just keeps happening over and over in every FPS title that we play. We have so many players nowadays who not only cheat, but they pay for cheats. So there's an economy and incentive basically for these cheat developers to keep making cheats for these games. And since most of these cheat developers are usually overseas, they won't really have any action taken against them. I mean, they might get a cease and desist letter, but most of these cheat developers remain anonymous at the heart, so you don't really know who's actually making them. So in my opinion, the way that you combat this is you kind of just have to have an anti-cheat that's running at kernel level. But this comes with its own issues. I remember when Valorant came out with their game and they had, I think it's called Vanguard anti-cheat. It runs at kernel level, but a lot of gamers, rightfully so, were a little bit upset with this because there's a possible invasion of privacy going on there. This gives the anti-cheat, in the simplest terms I can put it, pretty much complete control over your PC. It will be able to run past any administrator limitations, but I honestly feel like this is the most efficient way to have your anti-cheat be running. It makes it so it can run itself right when you start your PC before any cheat is loaded up, and then this way it's able to identify and block them before they're even injected into the memory of the game. Do I believe in your right to privacy? Of course I do. I think that everybody has a right to privacy, but if the company that's making this kernel level anti-cheat is trustworthy and doesn't use it in a malicious way, this is honestly the best way to fight any cheaters that are going to be playing your game. In my opinion, I would be completely okay with installing a kernel level anti-cheat as long as that means it stops all cheaters, or not all cheaters, but most of them at scale. Now, there are ways to get past the kernel level anti-cheat. Like you see in Valorant, I've seen some TikTok streams of people just cheating on Valorant. So with Valorant having a kernel level anti-cheat and people still cheating, it definitely shows that it is possible, but it will not be even close to as bad as Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty, there are some very, very like low end cheats that can just run on that game and people won't get banned for a long time. And like I said, you see on stream with Valorant, like it will cancel a game and then ban the cheater in real time, which I don't think I've seen on Call of Duty. Like you see that they like get kicked from the game and people say like, you make the speculation that they got banned, but I've seen a lot of people get like shadow banned and they get disconnected from the server, and you know, you never really know if they're actually getting banned or not, which I hope Ricochet anti-cheat on Call of Duty is working, but I'm not 100% sure on that. And if an anti-cheat can stop people or most people from cheating, it will make the game way more fun, because honestly, I don't think anybody enjoys getting onto a game and then just knowing you're going to be running into a cheater like over and over and over again. It just sucks the fun out of the game and makes you not want to play anymore. Why this will ruin the finals is nobody wants to hop on a game and they know it's a 50-50 shot at the fact that they might have a cheater or multiple cheaters in their lobby. It basically just ruins your match, wastes your time, and then you have to load up the next one and then hope to God that either that same guy isn't in your game or just another random cheater is not in your game. And like I said, it's a free to play game, so people will just like get banned and then make a new account. So if you're able to make it to where your account gets banned, and if they get back on and it just bans them immediately again, we won't have to worry about this problem at all. So like with a proper anti-cheat, if these accounts are getting banned fast enough, a lot of cheaters are just going to give up and go to a different game, which sucks for whatever community they go to and cheat in that game. But this is for the finals, and the finals needs to succeed. So with a proper anti-cheat, if they make sure that these accounts are getting banned really quick, and if they make a new account and then get banned immediately, they're just going to move on to another game where they can get away with cheating a lot easier. So to put it simply, the finals either needs to develop their own kernel level anti-cheat or partner with a already developed kernel level anti-cheat to stop these low level cheating accounts just right in their tracks. And for those who slip through the cracks, they need to make sure to diligently take care of player reports and review stats and determine them quickly, so that you basically need to make sure that whether or not the stats that they have are even possible for a human to get. An example I remember from Call of Duty is our whole squad gets wiped in under 10 seconds in Warzone, right? And we started spectating him and we see that he's a level 30. So we check his COD tracker, and I'm pretty sure he had 15 wins in a row and had a 50.0 KD. That's just not possible for a new player to do, let alone a really good legit player. Like, those stats just don't make sense, and at a quick glance you can definitely tell that they're cheating just by looking at their stats. So if they make sure that any cheater that slips through the cracks through their anti-cheat, they're able to ban them quickly just based off the player reports and like reviewing their stats. Cheating is probably one of the worst things that's happened in gaming, and with the uptick in popularity, like, you see a lot of people like just straight streaming on TikTok, them cheating, and they're just promoting their cheat website, or they might even be doing it on the down low and then cheating people out of money in tournaments. But there's a lot of good things within the finals, and if they get it all right, it's going to be an absolute banger game. And we actually have a video on what they need to do or it might fail, and it's on the screen now, so check that out.